This is another Poets at War General Report. And here's your General, Joshua David Ling.
Good luck.
Hello, friends. It has been a minute since I have actually filmed one of these general's reports in my office, which, it's funny, the original intent of the general's report was to be able to just film something really quickly in my office. I was at the G3 conference this year, and it was interesting all around. Lots of stuff to talk about there. Before we do, though, let me just say, check out my website, joshuadavidling.com. I am adding new stories every day, and it's a lot easier to read now for both mobile and desktop. It's really, really cool. Also, make sure to check out logosophiamag.com. I think that's it, logosophiamag.com. Let me make sure. Yes, it is. Okay, and that's Logo Sophia Magazine. We're going to be posting the episodes of Guardians of Atlanta through them very soon, and so that's very exciting for me. Anyway, getting to G3 and a little bit of my trip, but also some bigger observations that I had coming out of G3. So, first of all, fellowship, always awesome with Yonder Child Media. Benjamin Curley, Adrian Rank, Samuel Roy's new friend Daniel Smetanen, who apparently I met his brother at G3 years ago. So that was cool to meet him and work with him. Shout out to Daniel. We had a great time, wonderful time working there. Lots of good work to do. There was a big Owen Strand controversy, which I still don't know how to pronounce his name properly because I hear it a million different ways, but that's fine. He is a pastor who made a big, huge stand on the stage that a church is not merely white, it's every tribe, tongue, and nation. And it's a very, very true. Everything that he said is true, but a lot of Christian nationalists got very angry with him and upset because they saw that he was Don Quixoteing and essentially throwing them under the bus, saying they're all racist. Especially their leader, Stephen Wolfe. I am not a Christian nationalist, although I agree with many of their tenets. I believe it's theonomy that grows up out of localism more than it does out of the Word of God. And I'm a big theonomist, so I'm going to agree with a huge amounts of what people who are Christian nationalists call. Anyway, I clipped that. I was working internet clips, and I clipped that and put it up because I knew that it would spark controversy, and that was quite literally part of my job, to get people views. And I got the client's views, and that was, as a contractor of a contractor, did my job. And beyond that, I thought, that's fine, whatever else, but there's some other weird stuff connected with all of that I kind of wanted to get into here. Specifically, though, I wanted to bring up this meme, and I'm guessing I can put it in and post somewhere over in this region. But the meme I posted shortly after G3 because I was thinking about it. This is a big theonomy post-mill kind of drum to be beating right now. A lot of people, especially those who are Southern dispensationalists, who sometimes unknowingly believe in the annihilation of the physical world at the end of time. The Bible does not teach this. It doesn't. And if you believe this, you need to read the Bible and repent. Just straight up. This meme, combined with my experience at G3 of Owen Strand strawmanning the Christian nationalists, and the Christian nationalists not being able to properly defend their position either, it just reminds me of this other issue, which is tangentially connected. And that is, this world is not my own, I'm just a passing through, And yes, we're pilgrims. And I had an interesting conversation in the Brood and a couple other places commenting on this. What's the difference between these two verses, right? They're from two different songs. This world is not my own, and this is my Father's world, right? The verse from "This Is My Father's World" is not in many hymnals. It's from the original poem, though, and I think that it better encapsulates what a pilgrim's journey on earth really is. You see, we're wandering through a place that is and isn't our home. It isn't because it's not our home yet. We're walking through the construction of our home. Our home is here in the new heavens and the new earth. It's not some ethereal realm somewhere. Sure, we will go there and we will be with Christ, and that will be as more home than anything else we can experience down here. That's all true. But when the reunification of the new heavens and the new earth is completed, when it is fully consummated and we're at the wedding feast of the Lamb, which we experience a small glimpse of every Sunday, it's almost like the construction crew, of this house, right? Gets to once a week have a party in an uncompleted house, right? And that completion is ongoing, sure, right? But we can't say that God's going to just destroy it all, or that he's going to destroy it all and then rebuild it in some weird kind of way. God is actually working through history to build this house, one brick at a time, one soul at a time, one family at a time, one nation at a time. We don't go up from there from family, county, neighborhood, county, city, state, nation, however you want to, build it. It's fine. But the point that I'm trying to make is you are a pilgrim in this world, but this world belongs to Jesus, and he loves it. He loves this planet, this physical stuff. The fact that my hat exists pleases him. Okay? He wrote this hat into the story and gave me an affinity for hats so that I would have a hat and a shirt that has a Spurgeon quote on it and runes in my beard. He likes physical stuff. Otherwise, he would not have become physical stuff, right? At the incarnation. And so we cannot sit here and be Gnostic, that's the term for it, or even Neoplatonist, saying that spiritual stuff is better than physical stuff. The Bible does not teach this. Both are extremely important, and both will be joined in the reunification of the heavens and the earth when the time comes. Till then, we continue to bring as much of the heavenly realm to earth as we can through our own natural means and through the supernatural means of the sacraments, the Lord's Supper and baptism, and continue to fill the earth and subdue it. That's what we're called to do. That's what we're created to do. So those are just some thoughts coming out of G3. A couple other fun things, fun tidbits. We rented an Airbnb. It was a giant it was an 8-bedroom, but we had 7 people place, and it was fantastic and fun. It was not the greatest building necessarily. It was definitely a flip, but we enjoyed it thoroughly and had a wonderful time. Also, Benjamin and I, we were able to film some special stuff for the Starry Hearth, for those who know what that is. For those of you who don't worry, it's coming. And I'm really excited to share that with you. I've made some extreme jumps ahead in Project Piper. Project Piper is this guy over here. Let me grab him real quick. Oh, for those of you who are watching, Project Piper. And this guy comes up here, roughly like that, holds a phone, lets me see it from my perspective. And I have a Bluetooth presenter over here and a Bluetooth media button set over here. And I'm going to be using all of it at once in an amazing bardic storytelling way. And the one thing that I'm still needing to complete this thing, especially for the sake of my shorts, my new shorts format, and my live concerts, both online and in person, is a Roku stick. They're really cheap on eBay. I found some without cord and every cord and remote for somewhere around $10. $5 shipping, $5 for the item, and so it's going to be coming really soon. But we've been very strapped for cash lately, and I am figuring all of that out with the family. We're getting some things paid off, and then we'll have a chance to purchase that. If you want to help out with any of those sorts of things, check out my Build-A-Bard channel. Just search Build-A-Bard on YouTube and other places, and you'll find it. Basically, what Build-A-Bard is just kind of my production vlogs. And so if you want to help out with what I'm doing with my tools and see my process and my thought process through making all of this kind of stuff, and maybe gain some tips and tricks of your own, check that out. And if you want to help with Project Piper or any of those other things, there's information there as well. This has been a fun General's Report. It's been a while in the making. I've been thinking about all these, eschatological things that I've been trying to connect, and the fact that G3 is so very Southern in the way that it is. It's so very Georgian. This issue, even though most of them are not dispensationalists, most of them, is one of the biggest issues that the South has ever faced. And let me go into this a little bit more. The reason dispensationalists in the South are the ones who believe in this annihilationism really and truly can be tied back to the Civil War. The Civil War was a time where there was mass revival. There was crazy revival breaking out in the South before the war and during the war. People believed that the only way that they were going to win the war, the only way they were going to have their land anymore and not have it taken from them, was to fall on their knees before God. And I believe because they didn't give up slavery, that is probably the reason why. Not just slavery, but their some other foul practices that existed. But there were extreme foul practices in the North. Extremely foul. And they burned an entire culture to enslave them, all in the name of freeing the slaves. And so, with that being said, think about this. You're in the midst of a revival. You're a new Christian. You've seen the horrors of war come. New war crimes being invented to destroy your home. And what happens? You start to believe that the only way God can save you is to take you and make you not physical anymore, because the physical world is dying. Same exact thing happened in World War II. Same exact thing happened in World War I. Same exact thing has happened over and over and over as new atrocities are invented and evil things happen, and fathers and sons who were in different wars cannot commiserate. Mental health goes down in leadership, and faith in God goes down, and things break as hearts break. So this is why telling these stories is important, and knowing that we are not the end. Jesus is the end. He is the beginning and the end. And he is the one who brings this kind of righteousness to flesh. I can't wait to have my new body. It's going to be so sick, for real. And my beard won't be all craggly, and I won't be so chubby. But, yeah. You guys look forward to your new body. It's coming. And not only that, in the meantime, he's got a lot of cool work for you, and your body doesn't have to be so chubby, and your beard doesn't have to be so craggly. You can work on it because he's working in you. And through you, he's working in your family. And through your family, he's working in your church and your neighborhood and your community. And through that, he's working on your nation and the world. On every tribe, tongue, and nation. This has been the General's Report. Be your family's bard. Do not turn to the right or to the left, and the Lord will be with you wherever you go. We'll see you next time in the trenches on Poets at War.
Song said